Well, unfortunately, Celie had to go take a nap after she got all tired from that last part. But that gives me enough time to introduce the second character in this whole thing, because as there was Elliot to Clarice in the first game, we now have a new kid who's going to be partnering up with Helen later on, named Will.
He's a soccer player. Oop.
As opposed to basketball.
Or excuse me,
Soccer's so much better.
A football player.
Yeah, and
which
in
is far
England,
better than basketball.
It's called football.
Football.
Well, it's
And he's
soccer,
actually doing pretty
punks.
good. Except the issue with him is that his father also happens to be a big businessman.
So
Long
story short,
be there.
he's got daddy issues.
But not like that he hates him, just that his dad is almost never around because he's so busy and thus takes long trips in cars that turn into jet planes. Common issue, I'm sure.
And he's not very
And-
social with others.
And because we have to force it like we did in the first game, he also for some reason gets bullied by some of the kids. Or maybe this is just him thinking that people treat him differently
I
because
think
of
it's
it.
all in his mind, honestly.
I'm sure the kids don't actually
no.
bully him. Although, unfortunately, these guys don't...
Like, honestly, I think back to that one scene from Meet the Robinsons where we look back into the villain's, like, childhood. Ooh.
Yeah, although unfortunately these guys do not turn into cute little hyena demons like in the start of Elliot's thing. Instead, they turn into these smog monster things still. Go away, you. We have to go through the whole intro again.
Again, it's too soon, Will. Turn back.
So once again, we're back in the Fountain of Dreams again. So, like I previously mentioned, Knights is treated differently. They're written differently. I'm gonna say she. I'm sorry.
Listen,
I'm going to
it's
slip up
however
and say
you want to
plural
interpret
pronouns.
them. If you want to call them a she, then that's fine.
Cool. It just slips. The pronoun it feels anyway. Knights is written differently between the two campaigns. I feel for Helen, she's written a lot more more gentle, more understanding and friendly. With Will, she's almost written more rambunctious and impatient. And oh gosh, Owl.
Yeah.
Hello. Okay, now you're getting a little too close for comfort, Owl. Please stop.
You could land and just rest your wings at any point. You know that,
I can
right?
just imagine the scenario right now. Instead of being an owl, he's a freaking yellow jacket.
Oh God, no, no, and don't even. And looking at his beak, I'm focusing on his beak now because whenever that beak twists and bends to make lip movements, it doesn't work because beaks don't work that way.
Well, hey, they tried their best.
It's also a dream.
They tried.
I know.
Well, hey, they tried their best with Sonic Riders back when the Babylon Rogues were a thing.
True.
And plus, to be fair, Daffy and Donald have had years of experience manipulating beaks to match lip movements.
Now who's rocking that flute at this time of night?
Why, who else would it be, dears?
The invisible flute player.
Oh, it's Alex Kidd, of course.
No.
You wish
Not
it was
even-
Alex Kidd.
Not
Will
even in
does
your
look like
dreams,
us.
Hype.
So yeah, this one's here Knights is written a lot more mischievous and almost like a lost boy from Peter Pan.
Hey,
Yeah.
now this one looks interesting. My name
So I
is
guess I
Max.
should probably ask, which of the two portrayals do you personally prefer, Logan?
I prefer Helen's, and I know for a fact the reason why I like Helen so much more is because of one voice line we're about to hear.
Dualize
In
with
3,
me, you can check it out
2,
for yourself. Want to give it a shot?
1.
Dualize.
Happy
Yeah,
New
Helen's
Year!
is better. Yeah, Helen's is better.
But yeah, I thought that delivery was always pretty hokey.
It's just it just feels weird. Also, you didn't even give him a chance to act. It looked like looking at the subtitles, it looked like he was about to say it correctly, but then you just cut him off. But yeah, no. I don't know, I like the more, gentle, I guess, caring side of Helen's, but I also like the more fun, adventurous... But I also like the more fun and adventurous side of Will's Knights. Let's
we're
just
skipping
cut ahead
that
after that
tutorial.
tutorial.
Well, yeah, it's the same damn thing.
And what kind of makes this hard to, edit around is that, especially towards the final act of this game, in both playthroughs, it's the scenes are almost perfectly identical, except they're written just a little differently, so it's hard to perfectly sync it up. You know?
Yeah,
in a way,
understand.
again, it's a Sonic Team made game. It's pretty much the Tricks of the trade.
Back to the dream gate.
And there's this whole oddity I may as well bring up is that when you beat this game for the first time. Okay, so hear me out. So this game expects you to beat this whole thing 3 times technically. First beat it once as Will, then beat it once as Helen, and then once you've cleared out a C rank on all or better on all of their tracks, then you go back into either of them and you beat the game a 3rd time. However, depending on if you beat it with Will or Helen the 3rd time, the dialogue is different and some of the cutscenes are different.
Yeah.
So technically, if you want to see everything, you're expected to play the final stage 4 times.
In other words, you could argue they did push a wee bit too hard on the replayability scale. Oh, God.
Most visitors end
Thanks,
up
Knights.
losing their idiot on
But yeah,
the
what were you saying,
way
James?
In a way, you could sort of say, you could argue they were just banking a little too hard on the replayability factor.
A paradise?
Which, yeah, and they do, like, and the way they pulled it off, Hype, is that, like, each, whenever you load a game, they call it Night 1, Night 2, like, and there's, like, a triple counter, like, they're intending you to enter this game and literally play hundreds of game sessions,
I mean,
which,
in all
no.
fairness, I don't mind that touch so much, because, well, who's to say it's all going to happen within the span of one night?
Well, no, I get that. Anyway, let's go into Will's first Nightopia,
Yep.
now that we've seen Helen's first. And it's important that we started this way because, again, what I was able to write around is that there are some branching points that I had to, like, edit this stuff around because I wanted to try and do what James did with Sonic Adventure 2 again.
And,
Yeah, I get you.
Wow.
Oh, watch out, Gordon.
With more cute Nightopians.
Hey, Will, over here.
Actually, now I think about it, the Nightopians' heads do look a bit more like Chow's in this game.
They do, kinda, yeah.
They do, and honestly, it was a change made for the better. Like, again,
Oh, yeah,
I
they
still
look
think back
weird.
to the original models for them back in the Saturn days, and whew,
Oh.
those have not aged the best. What? I didn't mean to call you all ugly.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that's why.
Looking for you, Knights. Where's your persona? Took it off again, did you?
Again.
Wait,
When
what are you
Rihanna
talking
talk-
about? What's a persona?
Just to know.
That's a very long and possibly oversaturated game.
My way. And this.
Game franchise,
I
to be more
get
specific.
it. You got me,
Matt's
Logan.
gonna lynch you, you know that, right?
I know. Also, that moment there when Riala was talking, he reminded me of the narrator for Kirby's Epic Yarn.
Really?
3. Go and
I
lock
can
up
kinda
the
hear it.
I can sort of hear it, yeah.
will return shortly.
Also, I forget if I brought this up in one of the previous parts, but I swear, I look at Owl's model, and I swear he would not be out of place in Enter the Dragonfly, like at all.
Oh no, as one of the friendly characters you find around the place. No, he would look perfectly right at home. He looks like something out of like
Low poly and everything.
Yeah.
Idia from visitors, so they
He
can
looks
discover-
like something.
Looks like it has a little more poly than what you expect from those games, but it looks just as
on-
uncanny.
He honestly looks like he should be working alongside the museum curator in Animal Crossing.
Believe you may be able to
He is the
Also as
he's
an
the
owl.
boss. He's the boss of the museum.
to the cell.
He's the manager.
Duelize with knights.
Blathers is just a paid intern
Yeah. What's the name of his?
Front me.
who
What's the name of his-
really doesn't like bugs.
What's the name of his sister who works in the astronomy the
I think-
observatory?
Celeste, I think.
Yeah, probably. See, the problem is I always play the game during the daytime, so he's always like nodding off and whatever.
Oh well. In any case, it's game time once again.
Yep, welcome to Flower Field. I forget
Pure
the name of this
Valley.
place already. Pure Valley, thank you.
You're welcome.
This was the stage that they used for All Star Racing's Transformed.
And in a way, it can also be seen as pretty much the parallel to Claire's first stage in the original
Now,
Knights.
Oh yeah.
now quick, we need to get the key to my cage so I can be able to get out of my cage so I can get back into the cage, which will get me out of my cage.
You're making a Roger
It's called
Vanderwees.
Dream Logic.
Yeah, we were watching that earlier, actually.
Oh, you were watching the Roger Vanderwees? I knew
Yes! Because I wanted, at one point in this video, to make this quote. What commands? He's staring into space all the time. He didn't give me any orders yet.
it. Right.
I'm sorry.
I was gonna make the remarks. Oh, it's a gosh dang sleep. I was gonna make the remark of the no. You must avoid them. You must stay and play with me forever.
Oh yes. with the
Anyway, we're making a reference to an animation that Roger Van Der Wees made, James.
Yeah, and it's like over 8 years old now. No,
Would you say
actually
he-
over 10 years old.
Would you say he's improved in
Actually-
drawing? Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Also, another thing, and this was one that I showed her. It's like, oh, baby. What'd you say? Nothing.
God.
Oh yeah.
Jeez.
Good old Sweden or whatever her username was. You know what? Actually, I forgot to bring this up in the. Okay, whoever's barking their head off. please
Yeah,
take care of
yeah,
that.
Hype, is your dogs
Sorry
okay?
about that.
But,
Say, they're
anyway,
going
Yeah, they're
nuts.
fine. They just get a little paranoid here and there.
Anyways, I was trying to say, I will say, to Journey of Dreams' benefit compared to the original Nights, I do prefer how the perspective is shifted, like, a little forward, so you can actually see what's in front of you.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
for
it's
sure.
not perfectly sideways the whole time.
It's
down for
just
that.
really helps out in a pinch.
Yeah, no, like again, this game had a lot, has still a lot going for
Okay,
it.
that was supposed to happen.
But just certain very key factors are what unfortunately made the soup turn sour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that's an
It's
expression.
a good suit, too.
I'm not sure if that's an actual expression, but I'm using it. No, owl.
We don't
we have
care
some
about the
crackers
dream
for that
drops.
Get out
can't
of
get 'em
get
anymore.
out of the shot.
If you get the dream drops, they do something.
If you collect dream drops, they will appear in this fountain. Shut the heck up, Owl!
Fun times.
And
Which
these
fun-
rocks, they're useless, but collect them all.
Which fun fact? I actually remember. I remember
hello.
actually.
Whoa,
I guess that was supposed to be the equivalent of a time stop. I don't know. Anyway, fun fact about that animation is that, again, when I was super into Nights, into Dreams, and all that, there was a user by the name of Cornsilk, who she was this creator who, again, I was like in middle school, so I completely ate it up. She was one of those content creators who did like the quote unquote like plushy puppet shows kind of thing, where she'd have a stuffed animal and
Nice.
where she'd have a stuffed animal and she would do a little play with it, and that's what she did with her Nights dolls and stuff.
Oh, cool.
And again,
just
so.
me.
But hang on, I have a chance to increase my score by doing a boss battle against the Not Poppy.
Oh, goodness.
That's a giant
That's
face.
a face to remember. Also reminds me of Luca from the Titans games.
Does. So welcome.
Well, yeah.
So welcome to the Not Puffy of this game.
Don
Don
Balon.
Balon.
Oh.
I used to hate.
I thought we were finding the face from it.
No. I used to hate this boss a whole lot.
You need to manage your drill dash, and I'll admit the aiming is a little odd
Yeah, the aiming is odd.
because.
Well, it's no more odd than what it was like in the original.
But I would say because the camera zooms out so hard, it's hard to tell where Knights is, so you have to really remember where you started rotating so that you know when to, like, launch them.
This clown in general is just so effing dumb. I hate his laugh.
Well,
There you go.
Puffy was pretty dumb herself, so
Okay.
You can just say that's a trait that they both share.
And
And
done.
Pop goes the dumb motherfucker.
And the
Awesome.
bite.
Yeah, but
At least,
does that pretty well.
at least Puffy was based upon opera singing, and as the comic expounded upon, was probably based upon the like regal like headmistress herself that
There you
Claire's had to
go.
audition
Hey.
for.
Woo!
Nice. Here, I don't know what. I guess Will just has clown fears. Okay.
Sure.
I mean, it's pretty common. I don't like clowns myself.
I'm okay with them. I just don't like certain clowns. I mean, I feel like it's like a pizza thing kind of thing. Like there's a clown everybody hates. I have my own clowns
I guess
hate,
you're
but there's some
right.
clowns I
It
don't
really
mind.
depends. Like, there's some clowns that I do like. Most of them fictional.
I like the sassy kind of humor clowns, like the ones you see in Cirque du Soleil. I'm not a huge fan of the ones that just like. I don't like the ones where their entire humor is just to like make loud noises and laugh.
Oh, yeah,
like, I feel
no,
like,
those
I feel like there's
kind
gotta
are
be
kind of-
humor.
Eh.
It's just my sense of humor.
You could also just argue their kind of humor is a little archaic.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. That makes
Back in
sense.
the days when we had had the freak shows where you had the bearded lady and the sword eaters and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Now you
day. I'll have to show you that video later, Jordan.
now you realize
Okay.
there's bearded. Now you realize there's actually technically bearded ladies everywhere. They just care enough to shave. That's not being a
Yeah.
freak. That's just called being lazy.
Oh, by the way, I want to make a small disclaimer. I made a mistake. The last part, the white idiot is actually the purity one, not the hope one. That's the yellow one.
Gotcha.
Ah,
Okay.
okay.
And I will say the yellow one
Hopefully
is
no
what
one
we're.
points that out in the comments before this
It'll
video
be
is released.
fine.
It'll
And
be
yeah,
okay.
ultimately the yellow one is what we're working for. The white one is I think the penultimate one we get. For now we're trying to find the blue one. I
No,
think?
no, the
Or
white
no?
one's the one you find first. Then
Oh,
it's...
whoops.
Yeah.
Green is the last one we get.
Yeah, green's the last
Before
one you get
yellow.
before the yellow one.
It's so much easier when I just think of Chaos Emeralds.
It's okay, it's
They're
okay.
different. It's okay, man. It's alright. Also, I don't even know what the hell just happened on there, but I'm assuming Al just told us some stuff we don't need to know about. I looked
That
to
is
the
a
sky.
face. That is a face that has seen some really bad shit.
Again, it's slightly better than and then yeah, this is the part where I actually show off this
yeah.
tutorial. Because technically, spoilers, I actually started recording Will's first and then recorded Helen's, so I'm just trying to edit
okay.
between the two. So
There's
here, this is
the
where I
dream
found the dream drop. There's like a couple in every area, but there's like 50 or so in total, I think.
Get away from me, you creep! Stop following me.
Somebody get this freaking duck away from me!
And then Al was like, "Don't you have an essay to write?"
Just yeah. Also now I think.
You have a paper to write.
Also, now I think about it, with gyroscopes and everything, I'm surprised there's not a NiGHTS-based mobile game
Yeah, I
with
know.
gyroscopes and stuff.
They've had
Well,
him
because
had...
it's not Sonic.
Yeah, I was gonna say, they've had him had cameos for certain games, and
Yeah,
I
they'll do.
think back when they had Sonic Runners, he was a playable character along with Riala.
Nice.
I don't recall that.
It was like a seasonal thing.
I was pretty
So-
sure. I think he was just nothing more than like one of those sidekick characters that you can have alongside.
Oh,
the
no,
main
you're
people.
right, you're right. I'm sorry, I forgot.
Oh, okay, it's like a
They
little
have a
extra.
lot
All
of
right.
them, but that's pretty much that's a topic for another time.
Yeah,
Right.
okay.
Join us next time where we will be doing more fun stuff in Pure Valley. Bye.
Oh
Bye-bye.
look! Out in the distance, is that Octopaw?
Octo, what do you what?